So I don't know if you guys have ever noticed this or done this or into this, right? But I used to be a huge fan of Star Trek, and what they would sometimes do in like the occasional one-off one. There's one for the original series. There's also one for like Deep Space Nine. I'm sure there's one for Next Generation and some other one, and maybe the Enterprise series. But they would do like these mirror worlds, right? Where all of a sudden your characters that you've known and loved and followed for years, right? All of a sudden they go into the mirror universe and everything's very different. And usually they're evil, right? And what ends up happening is that how do you know they're the evil ones? How do you know they're the like normal ones? And what they do is that they give them some weird facial hair, right? Sometimes it's a beard, sometimes it's a mustache, sometimes it's the soul patch and mustache, right? So for me, normally I'm the bearded dude who that it just lets it grow forever. But then sometimes when I'm making videos about policing and dastardly people with personalities, I put on this mustache and soul patch, right? Will this stay? Probably not. Point of it being is that I'm also a Gemini, right? So there are two sides of my personality. Point of that, right, is the intros of this is not so much to advocate one way or the other for mustaches. I'm not sure this is a look for me. I just did it because like I'm bored and I'm making this video and I thought it'd be kind of funny. And if you don't think it's funny, well, I'm sorry. I can't be all things to all people. But the point being is that we're going to talk a little bit about personality and the way it plays a role possibly in understanding human behavior, right? Namely in how one's personality shapes their decision making, how they think of other people, and why that may or may not contribute to crime, right? So with that said, I'll see you guys in the next series of videos. So talk to you then.